Hello everyone, welcome back to YK Reviews and welcome back to another weekly entertainment news video. This feels like it's going to be a much shorter episode, just not much news coverage when it comes to this week. However, there is some major updates when it comes to the writer's strike, which we'll definitely get into, along with updates in terms of the Invincible's future, with first looks at a Disney Plus Santa Claus show, and along with the 100th anniversary. So tons to go over, so let's get straight into it here. Now, as always, timestamps will be in the description down below, so if there's anything that you are more interested in, anything you want to skip ahead over to and learn more about, timestamps will be in the description down below. And if you are new to the channel, we do these weekly entertainment news videos every single week: movie news, TV news, video games, and sometimes Lego news. So definitely subscribe if you do like that type of content, and don't forget to do the usual YouTube stuff like subscribe, notification bell, share the video, all that jazz. But without further ado, first thing I want to talk about is the trailer for Chucky Season 3. It came out earlier this week, and the full trailer, which honestly, it's got the same kind of tone as Chucky Season 2, sort of that Seed of Chucky, Bride of Chucky type of vibe to it. More of a lighter tone compared to Season 1, but I am really liking what I'm seeing so far with the show. Obviously, it's confirmed that it's going to be split in two, so there's going to be 4 episodes this year and then 4 episodes next year. They still haven't confirmed when that's going to be for next year. I'm really hoping it's not in October of next year, but we're still yet to find out. But it looks like you've got Jennifer Tilly is going to be in prison, Chucky's going to be in the White House, you've got Devin, Jake and Lexi involved as well, trying to figure out how they're going to get into the White House. So it's going to be a lot of like fun elements too. And I also love the poster for this, where you've got Chucky standing over like the White House in the background. So I'm a little bit hesitant just because of the tone that it's going for right now, but I did have a fun time with season 1. I had a really fun time with season 2, so let's see what they're going to do with this show. Let me know if you have seen the trailer, what your thoughts are about this. Are you excited for the show? Will you be checking it out? Are you just not that all interested in it? Let me know in the comment section down below. And keeping in the Chucky news, there will be a Chucky season 2 review that was supposed to come out last year. That will be coming out to the channel probably sometime next week, so definitely keep an eye out on the channel for that review. Now, for the next news story we've got here is that they have got the first look at Santa Claus Season 2. This is with Tim Allen as Santa Claus, continuing from the Santa Claus movies, which the earlier movies I really had a fun time with. And to be honest with you, Season 1 wasn't half bad. There was some flaws in it in terms of like the plot and the storyline that they were going for, and also some of like the dialogue too. But overall, in terms of the sense of like what they were trying to put out, I had a fun time with it. I don't honestly remember anybody else talking about it, and I was supposed to do a review of the season, but I just was so sick at the time, so I never put out. That's why my season 2 of Chucky is coming out so late. But as we take a look here, the cast is returning. So you've got Tim Allen, you've got Elizabeth Mitchell in here as well, so Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus. And we also get a look at the first poster of this. So it's confirmed that it's going to be returning on November 8th as a new season. However, still in terms of like plot details, it hasn't released what exactly the plot is, but we have got the release date, we have got the first looks. So again, like I said, not many people are going to be talking about it. I know it's probably not the most anticipated show of the year, and I honestly don't think many people will be checking it out. But like I said, I had a fun time with the original movies, and season 1, I got a kick out of it. Not the best show of the year, but it was still a fun time, so I'll definitely be checking it out. I may do a review of season 2 depending on like timing and how the show is going. But if you have seen season 1, let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section down below. And also in terms of season 2, will you be checking it out? Will you give it a complete miss? Please let me know in the comment section down below. But as we're continuing in terms of like Disney, they did confirm, and I talked about this briefly in terms of like D23 a couple of weeks ago, their sort of like 10-minute D23 update. They confirmed that there is going to be a special for the Disney 100th anniversary called Once Upon a Studio. So they released the first look here. So it was like a short 1-minute clip. Essentially what the plot is Mickey Mouse is gathering all these characters from the last 100 years to gather all of them to take a photo, and they got all the original voice actors for this. So as you take a look here, it will be releasing on October 15th. And so you've got a couple of looks here at some of the characters here. So you've got Cruella de Vil, you've got Peter Pan, Mickey Mouse in there, you've got Moana and Flounder in here as like a screenshot that they have here. We've got the cast of Encanto in there, and you've got Hook, you've got the Three-Legged Pig. It looks harmless, it looks fun. I'll be completely honest with you, when I first saw this, all I kept thinking is about how they try to make live action movies seeing Winnie the Pooh and Robin in there as like the cartoon version, only just talking last week about the horror version of Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. So it was just funny just seeing those characters as the innocent characters that they are. But it does look like it's going to be a lot of fun just seeing all these characters interacting with one another, especially being the original voice cast here. So again, coming out on October 15th, this is like a short film called Once Upon a Studio, similar to like the Santa Claus season 2, bit of harmless fun, bit of nostalgia in there. So I'll probably be checking it out just because I'm a huge fan of some of the like Disney movies, the older ones, not any of the live action ones whatsoever. But what are your thoughts about this? Do you think you'll check it out? Will you give it a complete miss? Let me know in the comment section down below. Okay, now for the next news story, we actually spoke about this a couple of weeks ago in terms of the Toxic Avenger. This is coming out later on this year, and if you weren't aware about what it is that Peter Dinklage stars as a downtrodden janitor, Winston Goose, who after falling into a vat of toxic waste becomes none other than the Toxic Avenger. This timely reimagining is up to its eyeballs in environmental themes as Winston goes up against the evil forces of greed and corruption to save his son, his friends and his community. And we got the first looks here, so you see a couple of images from the movie itself. Here we see Peter Dinklage, another character from the movie, and probably what looks to be like one of the bullies from the movie itself. So it was one movie that I honestly didn't think that I would be checking out, but after seeing like the first images, reading the plot synopsis, and it's even been a couple of reviews, early like screeners coming out, so this is coming from Fantastic Fest. A couple of people have commented on it after they were able to see it. So for example, we've got one person here saying, "Y'all, the Toxic Avenger is a damn good, great performance, dope ass gore and some funny trauma style social commentary with fantastic kickoff to Fantastic Fest." Another one confirming here, "The Toxic Avenger enlightened but unabashedly proud of its roots. Fun, frenetic, just the right amount of farce and gnarly as ever." And we've got another one here, "Macon's Blair, the Toxic Avenger is awesome. Great gore, great laughs. Peter Dinklage is legendary as a master with a mop. It was an excellent way to kick off Fantastic Fest." And another one here, "This effing rips. A complete unhinged campy B-movie blast. Equal parts hilarious and gory. Peter Dinklage absolutely brings it as a title character and practical effects are incredible. Macon Blair knocked it out of the park." So again, like I feel like this movie might go under the radar. It does sound like it's got like a great watch to it. It sounds like, honestly, sounds a lot better than Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, the first one. So one that I'll actually be keeping an eye out on. I haven't seen the original, so I might actually go back and watch the original before I watch this, but honestly, one I am going to be looking forward to and definitely going to be checking out. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below in terms of the plot synopsis, the first look images, and also hearing these reviews. Do you think you'll be checking it out? Will you be giving it a complete miss? Let me know in the comment section down below. Okay, now for the next news story, we kind of got like a small update when it comes to Invincible here. So the show, which honestly is such a brilliant show. Season 1 was absolutely fantastic, and season 2, the trailer looks just phenomenal. So we actually got an interview with Robert Kirkman talking about the show, talking about like the future of the series. So I'm not going to read out every single question and answer here. This mainly is one that I just want to pinpoint here because everything else in terms of season 2, I'm trying to avoid as much spoilers as I can, trying to go in there fresh slate. But it says here, so this is coming from the Polygon, so a website honestly I'm not too familiar with here, but it's showing here that somebody asked him, "What's your ideal big picture ultimately for the series? Do you have a sense at this point, based on the pacing you're going at, how many seasons you need to do the whole comics, or at least tell the story you want to tell?" So he replied with, "I'm not trying to pin it down to a number because it is somewhat of a moving target. I think in the 7 to 8 season range seems like it would be enough, but there could be some things we move through a little faster, some things we expand. If we're fortunate enough to go for a good long time, I think that it would be enough to cover the entire comic. And there are some things along the way that didn't get into the comics that I'd like to do. I think it'd be cool to have some episodes here and there that are completely original, so that's part of the plan moving forward." And honestly, if that is the case, I'm all for it being 7 to 8 seasons or even more. I've not read the comics. I am planning on getting it in October so that I can read it. Not all of it, because I do want to be surprised when I watch the show, but I am planning on getting it just before the show comes out. And like I said, loved season 1, loved what they did with it. Honestly caught me off guard at how good it was, but I am really looking forward to it. And for them to say that they're going for 7 to 8 seasons range just to explore everything in the comics and even go for things that didn't make it into the comics, I'm honestly all for it. So again, really pumped to hear about this. So glad that they are going to continue this. This season 2 is coming out in November, so I'm most likely going to be doing a review for that once season 2 gets wrapped up. But you hear this, what are your thoughts about that? Have you seen season 1 and what your thoughts are about it? And if you have seen season 1, how pumped are you for season 2? What your thoughts are about them confirming that it's going to be running about 7 to 8 seasons? Let me know all of that in the comment section down below. Okay, now for the final news story, and again, like I mentioned, this is going to be like a shorter episode just because there haven't been much in terms of like things to talk about this week. It's been sort of a quiet week, but the big talking point right now is that we might be wrapping up the writer's strike in the next couple of days, possibly sometime next week, because earlier on Wednesday the AMPT and the WGA sat down to work on things, and apparently talks were very positive. Then they sat down again on Thursday to talk about everything. So this is coming from the deadline confirming here that the WGA and the studio CEOs end the second day of talks. Progress has been made, but a deal is not done. And the reason why I say that this is probably moving a lot closer to the end is because in the article here is confirming negotiation committees for both the writers and the AMT, plus CEOs, Netflix, Ted Sarandos, Disney's Bob Iger, Universal's Donna Langley, and Warner Brothers Discovery's David Zaslav have all indicated they will try to convene a meeting tomorrow, we're told. So they're actually the ones stepping in and trying to get involved to try and end the strike. And apparently, like, the latest round of talks went on for about 8 hours, trying to come up with a negotiation, which you could say it's a good thing, but honestly, taking 8 hours with no deal in place just to convince them to give fair wages, pay the residual checks, limit the use of AI. I don't know how it's taken 8 hours for them to see sense for that, but that's the CEOs there. But according to the deadline, it does say that they are drilling down the fine print in hopes of reaching a new 3-year contract within hours or day. And even the WGA and the AMT both came out together and put out this statement here. The WGA and the AMPTP met for bargaining today and will meet again tomorrow. So this is a joint statement, which is the first time they've done that since the strike started. So it does look like that we are going to be getting some kind of light at the end of the tunnel after all of this. I believe it was like nearly 5 months now since this all started, which feels like forever ago. But with everything being delayed right now, signs are moving in a positive direction with this. Looks like they are going to finally come to an agreement. We'll be definitely keeping an eye out on this. So I'm not sure what's going to be happening with the movies that have been delayed, if they're going to be pushed forward or if they're going to stick with the timetable. We'll find out in the near future. But yeah, it looks like so far everything is looking more positive. There's not going to be any more delays. Everything is running smoothly now. Everything is going to go back to filming and shooting and all that kind of stuff, so that I have more content for the weekly entertainment news video, because believe me, it was very tough for this week. But what are your thoughts about this? Do you think a deal is going to be struck within the next couple of days? Do you think that it's going to be fair for the writers and the actors, and what it's going to be like? Are you happy that they're going to be closing out this strike very soon? Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. But that about wraps it up for this week's weekly entertainment news video. I thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for listening and watching here. Again, I apologize there wasn't more we could provide for the weekly entertainment news video, but I want to know your thoughts about everything we have discussed so far. Let me know in the comment section down below. And I'm also be doing these Saw reviews, retrospective reviews in the build up to Saw X. I've done Saw 1 to 6 right now, so the next couple of movies will be coming out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So definitely subscribe, keep an eye out on the channel, you're not missing out on that. And the tier ranking for all the Saw movies will be coming out sometime next week as well. So definitely make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you're not missing out on that. And also, I've got a Twitter. It is in the description down below, so you can go ahead, follow me on that before Elon Musk starts charging people for it. But thank you so much for watching. This is YK Reviews.